Okay, and yeah, actually, kind of like cut that last part off. That's like gonna be our like part zero, kind of like our introductions. With Warhammer stuffs and who we are. Yeah, I'm Tilly. That's Chase. And I remember noticing too, like with when I was trying to think about doing a Warhammer channel, I had like I told you like one of the reasons I held off on it was because I had a lot of ambitious art ideas with like
Yep.
custom PNGs for like every faction and all these animated overlays, which would have been kind of expensive. But then my animator retired.
Yep.
So that's out. So it's like, well, damn, I either need to get real good at AI art or spend a fortune. So they got
Yeah.
back to more basics, approach. Um, and let's see here. So our first book today is called Angron the Red Angel. Now, this is an interesting story because like no one ever really talks about this one because that's what I was saying too. Is GW pushed out I think almost a new book every week, yeah, or like every like 10 days or something. So
It
many are
was
gonna get lost in the shuffle.
it was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, speaking of Agron, my current G Fuel flavor is called Blood.
Blood for the blood god.
Yep. It's just yeah,
I mean, it fucking. I mean,
yeah,
this is fucking fate. The
yeah,
the gods have willed it.
yeah. Blood for the blood god, yeah. I thought which technically it's strawberry matcha, which I love me some matcha.
I
Uh
never had matcha.
it goes out it sounds smooth, almost like milk. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's kinda like almost like a strawberry milk. This
Right
one
on.
anyway. Like there's like a blueberry lemonade matcha for like that the My Hero Academia. And let's see here. What's our
I
second?
I would say that this is the work of Zinch, but Zinch is a fucking nerd. It sounds more like Corn's doing.
Another thing too is like for my podcast, I used to always just like grab a bunch of random images and just have like, a very lazy slideshow in the background.
Yep.
Um, but now I noticed with like the recent like news episodes we've been doing, me actually posting the pictures isn't as much of a pain in the ass as I thought, and it works. So I'm gonna be
Well,
posting.
then you also kind of you do a little bit of Photoshop magic where you have Slug doing some
Yeah,
entertaining shenanigans.
that's one thing too. Is I thought like I was gonna have Slug just freaking like acting out the entire books. That would have been
Yeah,
fun, but also a bit of work.
expensive.
Yeah. Okay, and so where is I just found the folder Warham, the other white meats.
But I also do know that you have something in the works with Slug with a Ripper onesie and everything, because all the slugs are basically little rippers.
Yeah, if anyone's who played Space Marine 2, there's this level in the story campaign where you got get rid of all these freaking ankle biters with a flamethrower. And I'm like, I was just putting together, okay, so they're shaped like the slugs. They could go through air vents. All they do is feed, and they're ankle biters. Oh my god, Slug's a ripper.
It just writes itself.
Yeah. And
Yep, that's old Angron.
so Angron, okay, so a little bit of his backstory. He's he didn't have the best childhood. He kind of started out as a slave, and who was forced to fight in the Colosseums. And when he started to refuse to fight, they stuffed a bunch of old world tech in his brain to where if he feels anything other than anger, he'll feel intense pain.
The butcher's nails.
And yep. I mean, I guess I'd be pretty angry too if you stick a nail in my head.
I
And
mean, yeah.
he even had a pet doggo too. And I think as he eventually had like a slave rebellion going on. And I think they were doing fairly well when the emperor kind of stepped like showed up and stepped in like, hey, nice work, Cape, you got here, son. By the way, I'm your dad. Let's go. And he basically, that I think, Emperor offered help or something, and he's basically told Big E to fuck off, and Big E is actually like kind of flabbergasted at that point. So he's like, all right, and then he kind of like Big E kind of fucked off for a little while longer, just kind of stayed in orbit. And it got to a point where Angron and I'm not sure if they're calling themselves the World Eaters at the time, but basically him and his slave crew, were pretty much about to do their last stand. And like this is it, and that's when Big E just kind of hit the teleport button and beamed Angron up alone. So Angron, their forced to their leader, like all his people just like left here to die. Because Angron's like, well, at least teleport them up, and Big E's like, I ain't good about this. Teleport a bunch of slaves and just like loser civilians and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Emperor, he's not exactly known as Father of the Year. Um,
No, far from it.
yeah, and he actually treats like I don't know if it's a vibe check or something. He treats a lot of his sons fairly differently. Pretty positively in some cases. With Angron, he just literally made every wrong call. And
I mean, the same could be said about Mortarion as well.
yeah, cause yeah, like we'll get around to our Artarian someday. All Ripper had to do is like, hey, it's your kill. Like or it's just cleared away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, and then but he made like the right calls. Some other ones, it's like bro, like he was rolling all Christmas rolls that day, and so Angron was justifiably pissed. And but yeah, he's given his own legion, who we're gonna be talking about a lot here, called the World Eaters. Kind of wear their name on their sleeve there. And at first they were gonna be called the War Dogs.
No,
But
they were the Warhounds originally.
War Hounds, War Dogs, pretty close. And
But yeah, their original name was the Warhounds, and then I think it was Karn, I think, or one of the other ones that said, "We shall be the Eater of Worlds." And Angron, that was like one of the first times Angron kind of started opening up to his sons.
yeah, like because Angron was kind of in a depression, and like every one of his sons who tried to like soothe him over pretty much got killed. Did um and but so Karn eventually went in there, and yeah, he not only was able to take a good punch, but he pretty much he said the right words. He was the Angron Whisperer.
Yeah,
And yeah, but so Angron felt Hounds was too demeaning because like we're not your dogs, and so the Eater of Worlds, and Emperor just had like the response like, okay, whatever, and also Emperor did try to get the nails removed from his brain, but yeah, that was impossible without killing him.
yeah, it would have killed him.
Oh man, can you imagine just like them trying to attempt therapy with Angron?
Oh gods, no! Just nothing would go right.
This is
Like the only way that might work is if you have him chained down to a table that he cannot break, and has enough sedatives to kill a small horse.
yeah, like Goose Baba. Just play that fucking like
But
that chill music and like get a little waterfall in the room.
I mean, then again, seeing that 3D printed the video of the woman who had the 3D printed version of Horus's legs, thinking of how big Horus is, and Angron was not that much shorter than him. You might need enough tranquilizers to kill an elephant to bring Angron down.
Now I'm like, how's that woman gonna get that out her door?
I want to know how the hell she got it in,
It's just, oh man,
but I imagine it was all piece by piece.
yeah. Oh boy, and so okay, so then but yeah, so Angron, he was so damn jaded that he joined the Horus Heresy, which we'll be getting into soon. And but Angron was like, I was gonna betray the Emperor, heresy or not. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had a match coming with Big E.
like he betrayed. Like I can't, it was one of his sons, Koragar, I believe, and another channel that I've learned got a a fair amount of my current lore from is Astartes Anonymous because
Yeah.
they do a lot of shorts. And Koragar actually hurt Angron. Like Angron had a wound to his throat, and he was like, "That wound at your throat, that was me." And he's like, Angron was like, "You all of you fought well. You fought well. All of you did." And Koragar was like, "Why? Why side with the traitor?" He's like, "I'm not uh, siding with Horus. Uh, I'm saying fuck you to the Emperor, basically."
Yeah.
And then he ended up becoming a puppet for Korn.
Yeah. So apparently later on, I guess Angron. No, he didn't get too far. Basically, I think he was reaching the end of his lifespan with thanks to his butcher's nails. And so this was Lorgar's way of saving him, in kind of like a last ditch effort. And yeah, turned into a demon, and now he's went from being a slave to his um to the Coliseum, then to slave to the Big E. Now he's a slave forever to Corn.
Yep.
Constantly feeling pain and anger. And so now he is like what, a 18-foot demon with like big ass wings. And
Yeah, he's fucking massive.
also, does anyone know what all those tubes are for? Like it's get his head.
Oh, I figured those were like part of the butcher's nails.
Okay, because I know, because I see Horus, I see Perturabo also these similar tubes get connected to their heads. I guess it's for the armor tech or something. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of like head tubes in like these
Oh
character
yeah,
designs.
I think it might be just a way to be cool.
Yeah, yeah,
The rule of cool always prevails.
yeah, pretty much. And let's see, he's got like a chain axe, I think called Spine Grinder, and
That sounds right.
yeah, and literally I think it was a gift from the Dark Mechanicum, and God just like decides to test it out on them. You're like, works good, you know, and the sword is actually made from I think a Slaneshi demon. Um,
Really.
yeah, like Angron found himself in a random arena one day. I forget the context, but the Slaneshi demon was going to be his opponent, and he was talking some mad shit. And so Angron just picked up a piece of like a big pipe and beat him so badly that he literally grinded him into the pipe and basically made a sword out of the demon.
That just insult to injury.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you talking all that good shit? I'm gonna beat you with this pipe. You're gonna fuse with it, and I'm gonna make a sword out of it, and you're gonna be my bitch for eternity.
Oh man. And so now the world leaders, a lot of them wanted to be like their dad. For some reason, there's like the Space Marines, whatever, doesn't matter what legion, they all had like this weird uh, I
They
can't
want to be
say,
like dad.
yeah, they kind of want to be like dad, like what's the other word for like paternal, like the childlike instinct to want to prove themselves their daddy. Um,
I know what it is. It's the patriarchal vibe. They want to be
yeah,
like their patriarch.
yeah. And so they're like, look, yeah, okay, let's stick a version of that into our heads, and then so there's a big freaking civil war, and eventually the traitor side won out. And but yeah, now we kind of fast forward past the Horus Heresy. Not only does Angron, he comes back from time to time because he's now an immortal demon prince. Like usually it can take up as soon as quick as 8 days for him to spawn back. Sometimes it takes centuries or years or whatever. But he always will come back and will then be on his own crusade.
Yep.
And as for the world leaders, they're out there as a traitor legion themselves, floating
Doing
about.
whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, sometimes a chaos will split up, or something will team together, be part of some kind of council or alliance, or just be their own separate war bands. Um, like I think there's one something called like the Brothers of Eight, where it's just a war band of 8 dudes. They're all brothers, and they'll just go into like, some random planet and just start slaughtering the random populace, and then basically I think Corvus is amused by them. So as they're slaughtered, they see like a bloody portal open up on the floor, and one of them's like ooh 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 ooh, and they just jump right in, and like
Yeah.
it's a blessing, and then it's basically Corvus teleport to a brand new planet to slaughter, and they're just doing this on fucking loop, you know. And now with this book, England Red Angel, let's see, it's an all by David Geimer, and let's see here, it focuses on the return of the demon Primarch Angron to the galaxy, and it's also the attempts by the Grey Knights to stop his bloody rampage. Um,
Yeah.
so we're also be talking about Grey Knights here.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I never really got too big into Grey Knights because I thought the designs were a little too bland, you know, that gunmetal gray. Uh,
Yeah,
very
it's like
Transformer movie.
gunmetal gray, silver,
Yeah.
a little bit of gold. It's like it's very plain Jane. Like to some extent, I can applaud the simplicity of the color scheme, but at the same time, dude, their fucking armor is so ornate and everything. I can't stand it.
Yeah, and very sanctimonious personalities of also a bit of a scorched earth policy if you're not a space marine. Yeah. Yeah, like if I'm a
Hell, even if you're a loyal, even if you're a space marine, they don't trust you.
nope, nope, they'll often just try to nuke you because saw a demon, so you're a risk.
Yeah, and
You're not coming
that's
home.
what happens to a lot of planets whenever the Grey Knights or the Inquisition and the Grey Knights show up. They'll just call the entire populace because one person might have saw a demon.
Yeah. And also
And
it's
they're like,
like
"Up, you're all tainted. You all have to die."
I think like almost like all of them are psychers, like pretty powerful ones
Yeah,
too.
yeah. All of
And
them are. Every Grey Knight is a psyker, and like you said, a very powerful one at that.
which makes for a good rival for Angron because he hates psychers and Zinchian supporters.
Oh yeah, Angron is never like psyker.
Oh man.
I mean,
And
I would say his hatred for psychers rivals that of Lehman's hatred for Magnus.
it's then because I remember Lehman eventually kind of was he realized the error of his ways. But they still probably got a rivalry going, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, like he felt bad about fighting his brothers, but he said, "Do I regret what I did to Magnus? No, and I'll do it again."
Yeah, because you probably shouldn't have followed like that order so blindly. Because technically, it was Horace tinkering with the order.
Yep, it was Horus. He lied to
Yeah.
Lehman, saying, "Father wants Magnus dead." When the Emperor just wanted Magnus arrested and brought to Terra.
Now in this book too, it's like Angron's barely in it. And yeah, like I don't think he actually has any lines in this book at all.
So
Um,
then, who's the protagonist or antagonist if it's
uh,
not Angron?
he's kind of treated like basically like a force of nature.
I'm
Um,
gonna say, what is he like a MacGuffin?
Somewhat, yeah, because it's like just like the opening little prologue scene is someone like a war band finds the conqueror just adrift, and like all right, let's loot all the shit here, and so like Angron starts respawning, and you just hear the giant roar like a T-Rex down the hallway, and you know just kind of like fades to black, and we start intro to Brooke properly, you know, it's like he's basically treated like a force of nature, and so. The book, there's the you occasionally go cut back to the Grey Knights as let's see, let me check my notes here, but yeah, Grey Knight brother Captain Gratius Telemaine, he's been getting visions like you know where he's preparing for the day, basically a multi-generational plan to eradicate the quote the Emperor's greatest mistake once and for all, and
That's a hell of a name.
yeah. Talamain and his forces pursue Angron across the galaxy, aiming to banish the demon Primarch back to the warp. So yeah, basically it's like he's preparing, like he's like, I've been waiting for this day. Um, and but the book, let's see here, can I find the guy's name? Because essentially the book's really kind of about how like the World Eaters are just trying to manage day to day, you know, trying to rebuild stuff. But yeah, in the Imperialis, galaxy is cut off by the Great Rift, a second beacon is lit, signaling the return of the demon product Angron, who has been roused to war once again. His scattered World Eaters Legion, driven by the constant pain of their butcher's nails implants, heed the call to slaughter and rally to his side for an epic conquest. Angron himself is depicted as an almost entirely bestial elemental force of rage, with little of his former self remaining, barely speaking a word throughout the novel. Let's see here. Here we go. Board. So the main character is these Warhammer names. Um, but yeah, Kossolax, basically Kossolax, Kossolax, the Forsworn. He
Also, folks, good luck trying to pronounce names. I've been playing Warhammer for I forget how long now, and there are still names I will fuck up royally. Like for the longest time, I didn't know Rabute Gilliman. That was how you pronounce his name. I always thought it was just another just weird way of saying Robert.
yeah.
And that was that was me and all my friends for years until we actually heard in canon Rabute, and we're like, that's how you say it?
Oh, yeah. It's kind of dumb, kind of stretching the
So good luck
industry.
on the naming conventions there,
But
everybody, if you're new to this hobby.
also, folks, this is the image now you see is like kind of the World Eaters Legion. They got like a blood red and like kind of like sometimes silver, sometimes gold trim. And they're majorly melee. It's very rare you see them use a gun.
Yep.
Yeah, so just give them a freaking like a chain axe or a chain sword, and just they'll froth like berserkers and just go to town. Um, and so Kalsalax, he's basically a self-appointed Lord Regent. He's trying to maintain some semblance of the Legion's old legions in unity. Um, and but like there's like this one part where like they're having like a meeting, and yeah, there's some shit talk here, like, well, just get a top line and go join the Black Legion if you don't like it, you know.
Yep.
And then um the Castleax, he just kind of like has like this nagging voice in the back of his head, yeah, like an urge. You know how we get always that those voices we're not supposed to listen to. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
The
he's
intrusive thoughts.
intrusive thoughts. Yeah, it seemed like he was having an intrusive thought, and he just kind of blinked it away. And he looked around, and everyone in the meeting room was slaughtered. And he just kind of shrugs and leaves the room. I'm like, is that a normal Tuesday for the world eaters?
I would assume so.
Yeah, it's like dude practically had like a fucking headache. They woke up, everyone else was dead. You know, it's like
Also,
talk
fun
about
fact: the red and brass for the World Eaters, that's not their original color scheme. I just put a picture of a model painted in the World Eaters' original color scheme.
yeah, white with the blue trim.
Yep,
Yeah,
it
so
makes no sense.
yeah.
And the Death Guard is just as weird. It was like pale white, except with just like a little bit of green trim, and now they're all green or brown, and just all the colors of gross.
I kind of get because like white I could see you bleed. And but now it's kind of reflect Korn, their patron, the blood god, who's all about
Yeah,
combat and slaughter, and a bit of like a honorable god. um
yeah. I remember the TTS series. Magnus was explaining what all the Chaos Gods are supposed to represent, and he was saying, while Korn might seem like endless murder and fighting and everything, he actually prescribes to survival of the fittest.
okay, and in case you folks need a reference of the Grey Knights, let me drop one on here for you. Oh, there it is.
I about to say, I know what the Grey Knights look like. I fought them a lot in the tabletop, and I hated fighting them.
But yeah, and they do have kind of a smooth, kind of like a mech armor look, but yeah, it's like they're all like that. No colors allowed under paint. This is
Yeah, like you could take a can of silver spray paint and go like do 2 coats and call it good.
yeah. Witness. Um,
Basically, like they might have a little bit of red or gold here and there. Hardly any blue except on the weapons or their eyes. But yeah, it's like mainly just silver or gunmetal gray, and I'm just like, fuck, you guys are so uninspired. But they're trying to be like, like old school knights from Terra, from
Yeah.
ancient Terra.
I believe it was started by good old Malkador, the Sigilite.
If memory serves, the original Grandmaster of the Grey Knights was a uh, Death Guard.
Yep. Oh yeah, we'll be talking about that when we actually get to book 4. Um,
I'm
well, it's a good book.
not saying it's not a bad book. Granted, I have never read the Horus Heresy books.
Yeah.
It's just I know from what I've been told, secondhand account. Yeah, no, the Grey Knights. Their original founder was
Yeah.
he was something else.
Yeah, he's a Death Guard, and he's pretty baller. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm on book 6. I'm like, oh no, it's the Dark Angels.
Oh
Um,
fuck!
like there's one we're gonna be covered pretty soon. But but it's like more of like the more like Dark Angels being assholes and with the Primaris and a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
Well,
so it's
but
just standard Dark Angel
yeah.
affair then.
But this one, it's like we're cutting back to I'm being waterboarded with Dark Angels traditions and freaking culture and stuff like that. Yeah, we're back on Caliban on this book.
Oh
This
fuck all
fort
that!
blew
I'd
up.
rather get.
Yeah,
I'd rather deal with Zeech.
yeah. It's like we're being
For
like,
those who don't know, I do not like the Dark Angels at
yeah,
all.
yeah. He hates Dark Angels, but like oh, Tina would hate this book because the other book I think you'd still like. It's got a lot of interesting shit. But this one it's like, woo, this is slow. It's like okay, yeah, because it starts off with like 2 aspirants, trying to get level up in the Dark Angels Legion. You meet Lionel Johnson. There's Cypher's still there for he became an asshole. So it's very early day. So uh, but we'll eventually get around to that.
Yeah, I'll be sure to tear into them when the time comes.
Yeah. So but now with so we have Cosmolax. He's trying to I guess now be the leader and unite the Legion again. But then it's like, oh, we feel it. We sense that Angron's coming back, and that poses a threat to Cosmolax's authority. Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's great. He's coming back. Like, oh fuck, I was building all this up, and now Ringo's gonna come along and ruin it. It kind of gives me like very like Nepo hire vibes. Like technically you're entitled to the company, but you're not gonna lead the company right. You
Yeah.
know. Like I'm so better qualified, but no one's gonna fucking listen to me once you step in the door. Um,
Yep.
yeah, because his animalistic nature overrides any structure of command or unity.
Oh
Um,
fuck.
and let's see here. Now, because basically in near the climax of they're all just playing it like going to war and stuff, and literally like 90% of the world eaters are like, screw you guys, I'm gonna go fight with Dad. They literally just kind of ditch formation and go to where Angron currently is. You
Oh,
know?
for fuck's sake.
Yeah, literally like 90% of the force is just want like it's like I want to get an autograph from Dad. Get a selfie or something. It's like celebrity status. Like
I want to go see Dad.
like everyone was fanboying on Angron because I imagine because you recruit over centuries. Not everyone's gonna meet the Primarch when he's around, but still, it's like because they sense Angron's probably going to town on the other side of the planet, so it's like they're just like they're running that direction. Like,
My first thought was like, oh, what was the commander? Valor.
hmm?
What was his name?
Cosmolax, the Forsworn.
Yeah, Cosalax. Cosalax is like, guys, we're going over here. Fuck you. You're not my real dad. I'm gonna go hang out with Dad. Well, I'm the best you got, you little shit.
Yeah, strategy. Okay, that's great, and all like vroom.
Oh, we're gonna go. Yay, we're gonna go kill, murder everything. Oh, Dad's over there. We're gonna go hang out with Dad.
Yeah, it's like
Cannot trust the world eaters to. I swear, the world eaters are like ADHD kids.
yeah. Oh man.
Like if you mention Angron or Karn, they're gonna fuck off.
It's just
They're gonna fuck off to where those two are at.
yeah. Like, hey, like Slug, you do this with me, I'll give you a bagel. Never mind that Jace over there has two bagels. Where'd you go? Oh
I
man.
mean, it's the same scenario. It really is.
And then so another like a good like middle arc of the book is they go to the warp because they're like, oh, we found the conqueror, so they're gonna claim the conqueror. And so class like, fuck yeah, man, I can get the conqueror to be like a big old trophy piece so people will see that I'm important and whatnot. And yeah, but then during that I think I guess Angron's was so mad as a basically psychic wave kind of turned off their Galar field, and Slanesh was like, "Let's board." So basically, they get attacked by a whole bunch of Slaneshi demons in the middle of the warp travel. Um, and like, oh man, they sound so sexy, but he's like, no, resist. They need to kill all the Slanesh demons. Because even though they're chaos, they still fight with each other just as much as the Imperium.
Yep, it's all part of the great game.
Yep. And eventually they get to the Conqueror's itself. And um, and no, it's not exactly abandoned. We kind of meet a certain first lady of the world
Oh
leaders.
no!
Yeah. So
Hold on. I was gonna ask. I heard that she's still alive, and I heard she's referred to as the lady or the mistress now. Is
yep.
that still the thing?
Uh-huh. T-
Oh no.
Tell the listeners about Latara Saren.
Latara Saren, the most badass woman in 40K. I don't care what people say about these new female custodians. I'm still against it, by the way. But
Really?
GW, some of your stories are magnificent. Why not make a story about them? They would have been accepted more easily. But anyway,
Yep.
if memory serves, that handprint on her outfit, I believe that was Angron's. I can't remember.
Damn.
But I think, don't quote me on that, but
Man's got big
she
hands.
was, oh, yeah, no, he's got fucking giant yowie grippers.
He's holding a whole rack of lamb with his hand. Damn. Uh,
A whole rack of lamb, fuck that. He could palm a fucking gorilla.
yeah.
But she is so badass. She walked up to Angron whenever he was like, how's my ship doing? And she's like, my ship is doing well right now. And she was the only one who would not bow down or, flinch in front of Angron. She would stand up and look right into his eye and just glare at him. Like, that is one of the few women in fiction that scare me.
Yeah, she's definitely like the top 5 female characters in Warhammer.
Yeah, no, she's definitely made a name for herself. And, yeah, no. Now, from what I've been reading about, from what little bit I read about her, as now she's the mistress and everything.
Yeah.
She's even scarier.
Yeah, because back then she was afraid to shoot a space marine in the face for disobeying orders or do something reckless. And because of her reputation, all the other world leaders like stood up for her when the other guy was about to rip her in half.
And she's just a normal human.
Yeah.
She's not even augmented.
Yeah, there's like a meme picture of like of a world leader hiding under a desk from her when she's just looking around angry.
Yeah.
Like, mom's mad. Uh, um, so like I said, this wasn't going to be a simple looting of the Conqueror. As Croslex, he sees basically a ghostly type of woman kind of melded with the ship. Like she kind of appears like basically kind of like almost like a banshee. It kind of reminds me of because eventually Latara would like kind of get corrupted over time and eventually melded with the ship itself. At first, I think she was just like melded with the seat, and then now she's kind of like a ghost, sort of saying. And so essentially, the Conqueror's fucking haunted. And so she can just, she has powers now. And so she was fucking people up, like fucking like Kostelak's up. like tentacles and like our flying ghost shit. So essentially it's like phasmophobia, like it's like the hauntings happening. You know,
Yep.
so essentially he wants to take the ship and she's giving him the hardest ass resistance, and so like eventually by the end of the book, they kind of gain a mutual respect slash friendship for each other. Because he's like the only one that's kind of like standing up and not taking shit, but cause he's at first like, who the fuck is this ghost woman? And who's trying to
Yeah.
kill me? Yeah, it's just uh, but yeah, they eventually get like mutual respect by the end. Um, and so and the other story, I think um freaking the final battle is of Telemaine versus Angron, and this fight was so bad, because Angron, I don't know if it depends on the who writes it, but essentially like he has some times where it's like, okay, it took like a fucking army to kill this guy, and then there's times where like he gets 1v1'd, and this is one of those times. Um, I think the squad of Grey Knights, they um, poured onto the Conqueror, and I think they got separated, or they were getting picked off one by one. Whether it be demons or whatnot. So they were all going down like pussies. Oh, there's this comic you sitting here. Oh yeah, that's adorable. She fired her. Oh, that's right. She has a big thing for Ursa's claws.
She really does. It's terrifying how much she loves them.
Yeah. Oh man.
Like any reason she gets to fire the Ursus claw, she's all about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that part in the shit, what's it called? The Vashtor like story arc. But
Yeah.
basically we're like a ship got within range of the Ursa's claws, so it's like it's like, and so Lutar's like, ooh, hit the button, claw onto the ship, but they were like, hi, you activated our trap card, and then the Ursa called her back. The Angron's sitting there like, you activated my trap card, and he just fucking flies right through their ship like a cannonball.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking surprised
Yeah.
at all.
Uh, that's what it's like, funny thing too. Is like because Angron can just breathe in space now. He basically went to the top floor, ripped off the fucking roof, and now basically just sits on top of the Conqueror like a goddamn convertible when they're going through space and warp.
Not
He,
surprised.
so yeah, imagine that fucking angry fuck demon using the Conqueror as a damn convertible. Beep beep. So yeah, they're fight. Essentially, Talamain it's down to the last Grey Knight, and he manages to 1v1 beat Angron. Like, guys, this
Wait,
is
what?
bullshit. Yeah, yeah,
That is bullshit.
yeah. A single Grey Knight killed Angron. So, like, oh, this is so lackluster. That's the word. Yeah, lackluster. And and so then things start settling down. There's like another side character aside from Costalex, who kind of had this like relationship with like one of his female slaves, but by the end he just like breaks her neck. He's like, oh, you're kind of annoying, and just walks out. um, and yeah, because it's like. And like there's like another side plot, like, ooh, I finally get my nails put in, because there's only so many, I guess. But and then Costalex with Angron now snuffed out again, he's like, okay, time to start rebuilding a little bit. Dad came in for like a weekend and just ruined a little bit of what I had set up. But okay, start rebuilding again. I'm cool with Latara now, and it's just the Legion kind of like backward. It kind of started at the beginning of the book, just like just trekking back along in 40K timeline. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like this book's kind of like a nice day in the life of the World Eaters. If you want to know what they're like today, how in their corrupted lifestyle. Um, yeah, that's another thing. A lot of people like research. It's like, what's it like just living as a chaotic space marine? Yeah,
Yeah. Like there's some information on like what they do day to day while in the warp,
yeah,
but from what I've noticed, like from author to author, it kind
Yeah.
of varies a little bit.
Yeah, because like some war bands are just like okay, they're space pirates, and then some are like it's constant mutation and pain.
Like I know for uh the fuck
Mm-hmm.
Perturabos, Iron Warriors,
Yeah,
uh that like they actively do not want any mutation to
yeah,
happen to them at all. Like,
yeah,
and so like if they start noticing like their arm starts to grow fleshy and whatnot,
yeah.
more than the normal amount of
Like
flesh,
like slimy.
they'll just
Yeah,
they'll just cut it off and replace it with a augmented arm and everything.
yeah. Yeah, it's probably a better decision. Yeah, because there's this
I mean,
one.
and then sometimes they don't catch it in time, then they become the well, I don't even know if they're still canon anymore. The obliterators and the oh fuck, there's another one that's the melee version of it.
Oh, I don't know the name, but I know you're talking about demon engines or something like that.
Mutilator and Obliterator, I
Oh,
think. But
okay.
they're basically Terminators that have access to every weapon, be it melee or range.
Hmm.
And I use them on my Death Guard army at the from time to time.
And so, speaking of Death Guard, there's also if you talk about Space Marine life or Chaos Space Marine life. There's a part in the book called Lords of Silence, where one guy he's just sitting there in the shuttle bay among his fellow Death Guards. He looks at one who's got like tentacles growing out of his head. Looks at another one who's belched out flies with every word he speaks. He's like, "Oh, I picked the wrong one." Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, he had a moment of clarity, and yeah, for there's no take backsies. Uh,
Yep. He
yeah.
had buyer's remorse.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, that book though. I mean, it's a nice, basically good, like kind of like informational reading. Doesn't like no huge plot line. Um, but yeah, decent book. Okay, all right.
I
So,
mean, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Trying to think of
A little
what.
sad that Angron doesn't take center stage more often than
Yeah,
not, but because you
yeah.
would think a book called Angron, the Red Angel, you'd think he'd have more spot more time in the limelight.
Yeah, it's like I was, I guess clearly, cause it just said world leaders or something. But yeah, cause he's only in maybe like I don't know 25% of the book. Um, and
That's
he has
still
no speaking
disappointing.
lines, and he gets 1v1. Yeah, it's because I think this one's one of the first like world eater experiences I had. And then it would be later where I hear more about the other story arcs where Angron's just like going over the top. Um, yeah. So,
And I
like,
know like one of the fan cannons now. It's not canon, but fan canon. So take this with a grain of salt. Because apparently Commissar Yarick is dead, and a lot of people think it was Angron that killed him.
yeah,
And if GW follows that, there's one certain greenskin who is gonna stop at nothing to go find him.
that's gonna be an interesting matchup too. Oh man,
I want to pull for Godschool in that one because I'm extremely biased,
yeah,
but the problem is I don't think he'd be able to take on Angron. He might be able to do it a handful of times, but eventually he's either gonna get killed and not respawn for so long where Gaskell just eventually dies of another way,
yeah,
or he just dies of old age.
yeah. Well, Angron is basically forever at this point. But yeah, and it also depends on circumstances, what planet you're on, who got what set up, who's getting a power boost. Because like I said I've encountered Angron now in a few different situations, and uh, so yeah, so it's very situational too.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so but nonetheless, though, it was an interesting read. All right, so now I'm gonna go to a bathroom break, and then our next part we're talking about Horus Rising.
Yay.